Welcome to Clan Game Point Sports.
I'm Robbie the Rocket.
And I'm M. Good Night.
And this is good. It's Game Point.
And this is Game Point. Check it out. Here at Game Point, we like you to like, share, comment, repeat, retweet, and do it all again. It's Fab Five Friday, Fantastic Friday, Feel Good Friday, and just have a little fun Friday. How you doing, Mr. Robbie the Rocket?
Like we say, no
fingerprints, baby.
Man, it's Fab Five Friday, man. I'm always fired up on Fab Five Fridays, man. Trying to get fired up for my guys over here on me and old Good Night, man. Man, I hope y'all enjoy the show. Like you say, like, share, comment, tweet, whatever you need to do. And let's get it fired up for this Fab Five Fridays,
and
King.
Do it all again, man. Thanks to my people at the R Network. Doing their thing. Man, we here to get it cracking, man. First of all, we'd like to say congratulations to the Milwaukee Bucks for winning the championship. What you thinking about them, right?
Man, I was in California, and I was puffing on the same shit as a Bucks jersey. So congratulations to the Bucks.
You picked them, and then you took your pick back, and then I mean.
Well, you know, Good Night.
Did you put some money on them when you picked them the first time, or nah?
Well, Good Night, sometimes you follow your heart, and at that particular time, I was following my heart. I felt, they didn't have an answer for Giannis, the MVP, congratulations. I figured they didn't have an answer for him, and apparently I was right. But at the same time, it's basketball. It's a game of matchups.
Definitely
the series looked like it was turned towards the Suns, but it eventually dwindled back down to, what I always say from the time we've been starting, the best player on the court always wins.
Okay.
So my theory and my philosophy so far has been facts, right? We only talk facts on Game Point, and that's been facts. Giannis was the best player on the basketball court, and the best player team won. It was given. He put his team on his back, on his shoulders, and brought them to the promised land. And I want to tip my hat off to you, King, for being for putting them. You put the whole state of the city of Milwaukee, or state the state of Wisconsin.
Milwaukee,
You put the whole state of Wisconsin on your back and brought one home. Congratulations.
Are the Milwaukee fans are they the most loyal fans, most hype fans? 65,000 people outside, man, waiting, watching the game, man, ready to tear Milwaukee up?
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this, Good Night. Many years ago, there's a team out of the Bay Area. Never won one in 40 years.
Oh, God.
They start winning. And they got a dose of that as well. So when you got a team that has not won nothing in 70 years, I'm just exaggerating, 70 years, of course, and that's all you got is Milwaukee Bucks basketball outside of your Green Bay Packers, but we're not going to calculate them. But Milwaukee, that was good for the city. That was big for the city. That was real big for the city. So they, like I said, they had the whole state of Wisconsin on their backs. And I mean, and that's loyal fans. And I'm glad they brought one home to them loyal fans. But unfortunately, some lives was lost during that celebration. Our prayers from our prayers go out to the families that lost those, people that were, killed during that parade or during that, celebration. But I mean, I think it was good for the city. Generated money. Now it looks like, maybe they get some players that want to come play in Milwaukee.
Well, shit, they don't need them. They the champs.
I mean, but when you're the champs, you got other intriguing players that may want to come play for you that you couldn't get in the past. Now, if Giannis and them didn't win this year, they wouldn't be a target of a player that want to go play there. They don't have enough. It's not a good market. Now that might have boosted their market up for players that want to come there. That's what I was just saying about them winning this championship. It opened up a lot of doors for the Milwaukee basketball organization.
I mean, I don't really think that you need any more players, man. You went and got Drew Holiday. You got Chris Middleton. You got Giannis, man, a two-time MVP, the Finals MVP. I mean, I think Milwaukee's been set to go, man. They made the moves. They were the team that stayed the healthy the most, and they did their thing, man. Once again, shouts out to Milwaukee. Shouts out to, I mean, what they're doing. And
Now let me ask you, what's that question you asked me earlier?
well, all right, before we get to that question, also shouts out to LeBron James for being the first active $1 billion dollar athlete. My bad, man. Active $1 billion basketball player ever. So shouts out to him. And then that's just gonna segue into, at the age of 26, who's the better player, Giannis or LeBron?
Question of the day. First question of the day. Game point. Who's the better athlete at 26? LeBron James or Giannis Antetokounmpo, however you pronounce his name.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, man.
Well, I'll start off since you asking me the question. I'll say this. They're both equal.
Equal?
When it comes to, the sky is the limit for Giannis because he has way more years left on his basketball lifeline versus LeBron James. LeBron James already set a legacy. He's already one of the faces of basketball. Gonna be one of all the legends of all time.
Okay.
I just think LeBron still is better than Giannis.
LeBron, I'm talking about at that age.
At that age, you got to go with LeBron. LeBron was something that we ain't never seen in our life. LeBron paved the ways for Giannis. So you can't, that's like comparing Jordan at 26 to LeBron or Kobe at 26. You get what I'm saying? So you can't really compare that because LeBron actually paved the way for Giannis. Now, Giannis is, of course, right now in the top 3 as one of the top athletes in the basketball. But I look at it, barring the Nets not getting hurt, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. And we wouldn't be saying he's one of the best of ever because, I mean...
You 2-time MVP, aren't you always in that
category?
Aren't you always in that category?
Yes, but it's other... I mean, you could be a 2-time MVP and still don't win it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying in terms of I would tell you, for anybody legacy out of all the players that was in, I'll say within the final 4 teams that was left, that was their opportunity. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Versus this year was like, it was open. Milwaukee was a powerhouse. We forgot about Milwaukee. They was like the #1 best team in basketball the year before last. Well, before the bubble. You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
And we kind of forgot about them because LeBron won it. They got overshadowed. The Giannis always get busted in the mouth in the finals or the conference finals. And we forgot about them.
I mean, well, let's give a shout out to Giannis, because I was one of the guys that said, man, Giannis is not going to get one. He always kind of doesn't show up in the playoffs. They build that wall and he don't know what to do. So I watched him build a wall this year, and then I watched him pass out of it. I watched him make plays out of it. And then in that clinching game, man, I watched the guy he was not going to lose. Like, he went up for 50 points. He missed one free throw, and I mean, he put that team on his back. Like, I've never seen a player put a team on his back the way that Giannis did it at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, he was not gonna lose that day.
Yeah. I mean, like I've been saying, y'all, the best player on the court always wins. It's nothing around. It's no way and that's just statistically, factually talking. It's never ever since. I mean, we could fight over a LeBron and a Curry situation, but Curry was the better player that year. LeBron could have been hurt. Curry just was the better player. The better team won. LeBron just vice versa. Like this year, the healthiest team was the Suns. They stayed healthy the whole way down. Milwaukee, they got battle tested. They got battle tested in this playoffs when they didn't have Giannis for like a game or two. Remember he hurt his leg? Chris Middleton had to step up. Holiday had to step up. Your stars had to step up. We don't want to take away from them players as well. Giannis did put everything on his back, but he did have help with his role players.
With his supporting cast.
Supporting cast.
I mean, Chris Middleton, he did his thing. Shout out to Chris Middleton. He showed up like, hey, when Giannis wasn't at his best, Chris Middleton was hitting shots. And then when it was also time to close it out, give it to Chris Middleton. He going to get you a bucket, man.
Now, you did have another question. Chris Paul started off 2-0. It's been in many finals, conference finals, and has fell short of the glory.
Okay.
What is his legacy? What do you think Paul's legacy is? What do you think? Would this solidify him as still the top 5-point guard in the league, or does it solidify as he can make it to the playoffs and choke, or what's your opinion on him?
My opinion on Chris Paul is that I wouldn't even give him top 5 anymore. I mean, I'm gonna give him top 5, man. Chris Paul is one of the greats, man. Everywhere he go, he makes the teams better. I think he just ran into the juggernaut. He may have ran out of gas, but his legacy, man, his legacy is solidified, but he just may not be one of those guys that's never a champion. I mean, I put him as a pure point guard. I'm gonna put him over. I'll put him over AI. I'll put him over AI as a point guard. Name me 5 true point guards that are better.
It's 5 right now. True point guards that are better. We go Curry. We go Kyrie. We go I gotta just like really, you caught me on the spot. I gotta think of like the top 5 good guards.
My man Wayne Johnson says, man, Chris Paul has one of the highest basketball IQs.
He does. He does.
Ever. But you can't put Kyrie over him. But go ahead, you put Kyrie.
I mean, Kyrie won a championship. I can even go as far as Kemba is better than him. I can go as far as.
I hope there's some sound effects going.
You don't think Kemba is
Kyle Lowry?
All right, look.
Kyle Lowry?
Kyle Lowry is on a level of him, yes. Damian Leonard.
Wayne, that's what Wayne Johnson says. Kyle Lowry. I'm not gonna put as a pure point guard. Mm-hmm. A player who is the quarterback of the team, who makes the team better, right? Mm-hmm. He goes. Let's go along his history, man. He starts out with New Orleans. I think he believed they went to the playoffs in New Orleans.
Yeah.
They stopped the man from going to play with Kobe, because if he would have went and played with Kobe, he would have cemented his legacy back then.
We wouldn't have had this conversation.
No, this conversation wouldn't be. So they blocked that. You know what I'm saying? Just like, when people get to calling people too much, you might get your phone, hey, you're blocked. That's what the news saying. Oh, yeah, I blocked him. Oh, she's blocked. He's blocked. Hey, they blocked that. They stopped that. Because if he would have went to Kobe was like in his prime at the time. He would have went to the Lakers, they'd have probably had 2, 3, 4, 5 championships.
Yeah. Well, but look, do you think that took away some of his legacy of winning the championship by him not going there?
Well, the league did that. The league did that.
Now, where do we go from here?
So he goes to the Clippers, classic underachievers, but they're all with perennial playoff team. They were up next, and then your boys came. Your boys came, but they were up next, but they couldn't stay healthy. Mm-hmm. So then we go to Houston.
Try to put him with Harden.
They couldn't really get along, but they still went far. They had your boys on the ropes again, but he got injured.
Yep. So he's always there. He's always at the last leg, but can never finish the race.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's him or is it just. But it's just luck of the draw.
A lot of players don't like playing with Chris Paul. I hear he's a terrible team.
You see what your boy say? Cousins was like, that's why I don't like playing with your punk ass. That's what he said. I said, oh.
Who said that?
Yeah, because after Chris Paul beat Clipper them, when your boy pushed him, He's like, and then at the end of the game, he's like, yeah, you punk ass. That's why nobody like playing with your punk ass. This what Cousins said to him. So I'm like, yeah, because Chris Paul, like, yeah, he's like one of them arrogant, undercover arrogant cats that outside of, I mean, he's the face of like professional wise, because you don't ever hear nothing bad on him. He doing all those old commercials. He got endorsements. You know what I'm saying? But he's not won nothing. You never won,
man. Maybe Cliff Paul showed up at the end of the season. You know, maybe Cliff Paul was
Cliff, not
playing.
Chris. Cliff.
Maybe Cliff was playing.
His clone.
They couldn't do anything, man. But shouts out to Phoenix. You think they're gonna come back again? If he's a free, he could opt out and be a free agent this year, man. He got $31 million on the books.
I think they go back with it, swing for the fences. They'll be in the top 4 or 5 team in the West, but the West is coming back. You got to think everybody in the West was hurt this year. You got to think the whole West. I think they window was this year. They don't have another chance after this, because now you're gonna think like this. They got the blueprint on them now, so they know now all these basketball teams in the West know they got to get some younger players that can run with them kids. Them kids can run. Them Bookers and that Payne and all them. They keep that little 8. They keep that little nucleus. They're gonna be around. They're gonna be a nice little team for a round. They remind me of the original Warriors when the Warriors first started out. They remind me of them with Klay Thompson and Curry. Same little format. I mean, but I say LeBron and them will be back. We gonna be back. The Jazz gonna be back hungry. Y'all gonna be back hungry. I'm just saying, Clippers gonna be back hungry, and don't count on like the San Antonio's and them. They might be up and coming. You got the up and coming Memphis, up and coming. You got the Zion and them. They're a draft pick away and 2 veterans away from up and coming. So that West is gonna be powerful. I can't wait for this draft. I want to see what the top 20 picks in this draft is. I just want to see where they go, what angles, what teams. Because you got to think, remember Europeans? They taking over a lot of basketball right now. So it's going to be more Europeans in this draft than it is in regular U.S. kids. So I want to see some of these Europeans. Like you got people like Doncic. Cats like Doncic coming in, going to be the top 3, top 2 pick.
He's a rarity, though.
Them Europeans, they play, okay. Giannis, European, MVP. Finals MVP, Europeans, they're taking over. U.S., matter of fact, since we're talking about basketball, U.S. The U.S. team.
USA's going to win it all. Yeah, you're right. We could talk about basketball.
You
put these dudes, a bunch of dudes together, right? And these other teams have kind of played together. Mm-hmm. And so you put these guys together. They haven't played together, man. They've been sitting out for a minute. Of course, it's going to take them a few games to warm up. But
well, we ain't lost. What's our record? 54-6 in the last, 3 or 4, 10 Olympics?
Well, since the Dream Team?
Since the Dream Team?
Yeah.
We 54-6. Now, I just really think we got a bunch of prima donnas. We got a bunch of kids that don't, are you playing for the United States? They don't take it serious. Bruh, they don't just take it. I think they just go with the motions. We don't want to get hurt, but we want to work. I mean, if you out there, play your game. Play like it was your team. But I think they take a little bit step back, taking it for granted. They take these teams for granted. But you got to realize some of these players that's on these European teams are NBA players. They play against you every day, so they know that's what's making the Olympics better. We should just run through basketball. Remember Lithuania when they had Jabwanium, Turkaloo and them, and Stojakovic and them. That's the only time, and Divas and them. That's the only time that the U.S. really had a struggle with a team because it was like professional players. Now the European players caught on. They like, okay, we got such and such from France, Patty Mills from France. He's on France, team France. It's always been that way, but now the European, you see, is better European athletes because we're drafting European athletes. They're coming to the NBA, getting that experience, and then when they go home, it's still some superstars on them Argentina teams that just didn't make the NBA. They still playing professional basketball though, so it's not like they're not a professional player. That's why I feel that they closing the gap with the European with the Olympics in basketball. Now they're giving us competition.
We won't lose a game. Average win by 20. Tonight, the USA team opens up with France. I'm going to call it they win by 20. 20 push-ups on the next show if we don't. 20 push-ups and no fingerprints. We in the house. Every game we going to win by 20.
I don't know about that, but okay. I got a dub. I got a dub on game point. And we all win. We win by the US win by 20. I got 20 push-ups for you on game point.
Man, you got some of the best shooters in the world. You got Lillard over there, Durant,
Booker, Middleton's, all them over there.
You got shooters, and then they got rid of Kevin Love, and they brought out McGee to do the dirty work.
McGee on the what?
McGee out there. You got
McGee. Dr. McGee.
Yeah, boy. They got him out to do the dirty work. He ain't a prima donna.
JaVale McGee gonna elbow him one of them challenges.
Hey man, he don't care.
He gonna elbow one of them.
He don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, and then he could play for the Olympics, but Malone won't let him get up off the bench. That's why we gotta get rid of Malone out here anyways. Man, what's on the menu on the venue? Robbie the Rocky?
Man, we have some breaking news. We're gonna go away from basketball, talk a little bit of this baseball. The Cleveland Indians have changed their name. So from now on, we can't call them Cleveland Indians no more. We got to call them the Cleveland Guardians.
Well, that's next year. I'm going to call them
2021 season. 2021 season.
2022. It's 2021
they say they're going to change the name within the 2021 season.
Nah, they're going to change it next year.
Go with it right now.
I already know.
Well, like I said, what do you feel? Do you feel that by them doing that, that's showing respect to?
I mean, I guess I would say it's about time. For sure. I mean, I would say it's about time. But
the Redskins did it. Now they doing it. Is there anything else out there that...
The Braves?
The Braves will probably be the next that's going to change.
I kind of like the little logo, though.
That logo is kind of clean. Let me see that logo again, y'all. That logo kind of clean. That's clean. I want a hat. That hat, I might get a hat. That hat is so clean.
I kind of like the logo, but...
it's different.
I mean...
And it's going to be like the same Indians. It's going to, like you say, Indians going to just say Guardians, just in the Indians writing with the same stuff.
Yeah.
You know, but it's going to have that instead of an Indian. It's going to have that. Which is, you know, I mean, shout out to y'all. Shoot, by changing the name, maybe y'all will win a World Series. Man. Y'all came close a couple times. You know what I'm saying? And your Rockies playing pretty good at home. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you talk about the Rockies who have, I think, the second or third best home record, but have the worst road record.
9 wins on the road.
In damn near in history. Like, so they got the biggest disparity of road wins, home wins and road losses. Mm-hmm. Like, that shit's nuts, man. If they could win, but I just think they don't have enough home run hitters, man. You had a home run hitter or two.
You got Story over there.
He's having a bad year. You need some home run hitters to win on the road. You know what I'm saying? When you got a close game 2-1, you got to have somebody coming up to the plate that can send it home. Send to them home.
And look, and right now, my Giants, that's the second day in a row. They came back. Two games in a row, we came back against the Dodgers.
I heard
the Dodgers
they cheated, too.
The Dodgers blue. And the thing about it is, I'm going to tell you, that Wild Wild West can get wild. Y'all still got action. Y'all ain't mathematically out of contention. If y'all can just get some good road wins, y'all be around. Y'all be right there. Because, the Dodgers look like they going down. I always thought it's hard to be back-to-back. It's hard to do back-to-back in any sport.
Well, you get everybody's best shot.
You get because they come and they gunning for you. They're building their team to compete with you because they're gunning for you. So I look at it as my Giants. They coming out that division. I'm telling you now. Dodger blue. You don't got a chance. Dodger blue. You know what I mean?
Sound like a fan.
No, my Giants.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? So hey, that's something to look at. But we gonna, you know what I'm saying? Let me see what else.
I had a question. I had a question, man. We got off of basketball, but there was a question posed to me. Who is the next big star in the NBA? after LeBron leaves?
I'm gonna go with Booker.
Nah, he's no.
I'm gonna go with Booker. Don't look at the KD.
Are you gonna skip over?
Don't look at the Giannis. Don't look at the KD. I'm looking at the next generation.
Yeah.
I'm looking at like Giannis. Giannis would probably be the face of a LeBron, but the Bookers and the Morants and the Trae Youngs, they the up and comers. I'm telling you, you've been watching LeBron for damn near 20 years. You've been watching like a KD for damn near 15 years. You've been watching like the Currys for 15 years. You can't count them, and you asking for
But
the
I'm
new
saying
face.
who's the next?
I'm going with Booker.
I'm gonna go with Giannis. I don't know. I'm gonna go with Giannis, and then also, and if you want to go with younger, I'm gonna go with Zion.
Okay. No. I want Booker over Zion. Booker's into the finals.
Zion get a jump shot. Zion's gonna be
I
unstoppable.
think Zion ate too much cornbread and green. He may eat too much cornbread and green.
Man, he's doing dudes like Shaq used to do. He bodies fools in the paint.
Zion injury prone. I don't think lasts long. I mean, this will have to be now. All right, to have the player to have a breakaway.
Booker don't have no mustache. He can't be that guy.
The player to have a breakaway season, I would put my bank on Zion. But as of a player right now that's playing with total confidence and that on that age level and on that group, Booker, you got to put Booker at the top.
Booker is like 5, 6 years in the league, man.
Got to put Booker.
He's like 5, 6 years in the league.
Well, that boy is
Zion
the truth.
is what, second year in the league? I'm gonna go with Zion, man.
You think this is his year to prove to everybody?
Zion's unstoppable. Now he got another coach out there.
A brother. There's a brother over there, huh?
Yeah, Zion's gonna do his thing, man. Don't sleep on Zion Williamson, man. I think he's the next, man. I think he's next, man. The dude is like unstoppable, man. The dude is doing dudes like Shaq out there. And he's not even that tall. But he's that strong.
I don't know, Goodnight. I don't know, because I'm like, I don't trust him yet. All right, this year, he's got to, you know me, it's hard to get me to like it. So he would have to show me something this year for me to really buy or sell. If he's buy or sell right now, I'm on the level of selling him.
You buy.
You know, when we do a buy or sell, I gotta sell him right now because I don't know. He wasn't consistent. Well, yeah, he averaged 20 a game, 22 a game, but he just wasn't consistent for me. He didn't. And with them young athletes over there, I don't know how they not compete. Well, the West is power. You gotta think that West is power though. So it's hard to come out that West. So, but you know, that goes to show. By the time the West get to the finals, they already beat up to play the East. The East, whoever come out the East got to cruise. They cruise through it. But if you come out that West, you 2 players short probably 9 times out of 10. You're injured because they didn't beat you up. By you going to Game 7, you're getting beat up. Now you got to go into a series with a healthy East Coast team that didn't play nothing but trash all year. Didn't play no type of competition. They the best in the East Coast. We ain't got nothing. We ran out of gas. That's what I'm saying. The West, there was no way in the world.
So you going with Booker, man?
Booker is like that. He's like that one that's up and coming, quiet but cocky. But he's quiet, but he's still cocky. But and I just like his flow of the game. Chris Paul brought his. Well, he was already at his A game when coming out of college. He wasn't that bad as it was, but Chris Paul really opened up his confidence to make him. I call him. He's not a superstar, but he's on the level of a Klay Thompson. Now that I will give him. What you think?
No.
No?
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks, don't mind me. I'ma just grab myself.
Klay did it with no dribbles. Like 3 dribbles.
Okay.
Like when Klay was on, wasn't nobody like Klay Thompson. I mean, they're 2 different type of players. I mean, Booker is trying to reach that Kobe level, that elite level. He's trying to be like Kobe. That's his guy. So, if you want to put him somewhere, put him with trying to be like a Kobe type of person. Like, I don't. He's no Clay. Don't even insult Clay
Hell no.
like that.
We gonna see what Clay do. 'Cause I ain't sold on Clay.
Clay was your best offense.
I mean, but what I'm saying is, you've been gone for 2 years.
Let's see if he can come back.
You see, Durant couldn't put nobody on his back and take him to the promised land, but Giannis did it, and Durant had way more better athletes than him.
Hold on, Durant had a team full of everybody hurt,
So,
and he was his foot was on the 3-point line, or else they would have put them boys up out of there. So we're not even gonna talk about what Durant didn't do and what he did do. You can't come on, Robbie the Rocket. You hating on Durant because you a Booker fan, because you a Giannis fan now?
I'm switching up like KD. Switching up like KD.
I mean, tell all your boys from the Bay, man, that you a Nuggets fan now too. You know what I'm saying? Tell them that.
I just switched up to the Denver Chicken McNuggets. I switched up to the Denver Chicken McNuggets.
Don't even call them that, man. Well, what's next on the menu?
Let's go into the second half, man, and talk about this.
Talk about some NFL.
This NFL fan, some of your AFC West, man. Talk about some of these Broncos and these old Raiders.
Talk about the COVID protocol.
COVID protocol, some breaking news.
Okay.
And in the second half, man, on Game Point, man. Like, share, and what did you say?
We say like, share, comment, repeat, retweet, and do it all again. We go into the second half talking about the COVID protocol, talking about NFL, AFC West, and we also going to talk a little bit about something serious, but we'll talk to you about later when we get to the second half. Like, share, comment, repeat, retweet, and do it all again here on the R Network. This is Game Point Sports. No fingerprints. Yay! Welcome back to Game Point Sports. This is the second half. We got my man
Robbie the Rockets.
and this is him. Good night
No fingerprints.
on Game Point Sports.
Yeah.
And like we always say, I end it, and I'm gonna begin it with that. We'd like you to like, share, comment, repeat, retweet, and do it all again. You know what I'm saying? Man, this is the second half, man. And we're going to talk, man, let's open it up, man, with some college football before we get to the NFL football. It's big news. They talking about, I believe it was Texas and Oklahoma University, who was, they talking about them going to the Big 12.
SEC.
I mean, the SEC, leaving the Big 12 and going to the SEC. What you think about that? You think, they said the only team that ain't scared is Alabama, though.
Well, that conference is already a powerhouse as it is.
Who do you get rid of? Vandy?
You got to get rid of Vandy for one, and maybe Ole Miss.
Arkansas?
No, Arkansas gonna be power. Arkansas needs to stay. You go.
Let's ask the people, man. Hey, man, who you get rid of in the SEC if you add a Texas and an OU? Vandy is for sure one of them. Who else? I'm gonna go with Arkansas.
I'm gonna go with Vandy and Ole Miss.
Ole Miss is a good one though. Ole Miss ain't really never made no noise out there.
Yeah, Ole Miss.
So Ole Miss ain't really never made no noise. What you think?
And I think that
Big 12.
like Texas A&M, didn't they come in that one?
They in
the SEC now.
Yeah.
So I think like a Texas A&M, I think that it'll bring back some historical situations back when it was in the Big 12, like when A&M was playing Texas, when A&M was playing Oklahoma. So it kind of it strengthens the conference that was already the top conference in football as it is. And I think it's good for football, and it's good for, the ratings, the rankings, going to that bowl game. It's good for that. But it does make the Big 12 weaker, and a team out of the Big 12, you know what I'm saying, won't get the votes. Do you get what I'm saying? Because the strength of schedule. Think about the strength of schedule.
Well,
that take two powerhouses out of the Big 12. The strength. That's the strength. That's pretty much their strength.
Well, they got a new format now though, so I believe like they're gonna have every Power 5 winner is gonna be in there. And I mean, because remember they made it bigger. It's gonna be bigger this year. It's gonna be more than 14.
Yeah, remember? Yeah, well, yeah. Remember, it was 16 in the play. It was the play-in, and then there was a game, and then there was another game. So it was like a tournament format. But I just think it takes away from one of the big major schools, that conference. Now that conference is gonna be like an ACC conference, not real strong. You don't really see too many coming out the ACC besides Notre Dame. And Notre Dame may be leaving the ACC to go to the, I want to say the Big East is one of them schools, Big East. But those conferences don't have powerhouse teams. They have one good team in each powerhouse. Now you take away Oklahoma and Texas, the Big 12 is nothing. What, TCU? You know what I mean? You don't have nothing in the Big 12. Oklahoma State. All you'll be hearing about Oklahoma State is Oklahoma State because that's all they got in that conference. So I think it would be bad for the Big 12 to let those two schools go. But if they did go, it makes the SEC everything gonna come out the SEC.
I mean, I don't think that's gonna happen, man. It's not gonna happen. But I would say, man, they're going to a 12-team format, I believe. So you're gonna have more teams in it this year. So,
and I think
let's rock and roll, man.
I just can't wait to see how the format of these black colleges now. That Deion got kids, they paying these kids now. I want to see how they treat the black colleges. Deion got a couple of them on ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN3 this year.
Deion out there acting a goddamn fool, man. Who the hell does Deion think he is, man?
The man, the myth, the legend,
man, the great. Deion walking out interviews now because somebody didn't call him Deion. He said you wouldn't call Nick Saban that. Dude said I call him Nick Saban. Deion.
But they call him Mr. Sanders.
Hell no.
What's the difference?
To the no.
Nick. They call him Deion. But he's always been a prima donna. So Deion, all this walking out of interviews. I need to see you do something this year. I need to see you win your conference. I need to see you do something. But shout out to Deion and all the HBCUs doing their thing and doing it big right now. So
the SWAC. I want to see what the SWAC about. The SWAC is back.
The SWAC is back.
As I said, the SWAC is back. We gonna see them. I would like to see the Gremlins and the Southerns be back up in there. You know what I'm saying? Powerhouses. You know.
I would love to see one of our teams get into this 12-team format and make some noise.
But it ain't gonna happen. They won't give us a Coles Balls chance in hell. And that's why I was asking. How can a black college go to a national championship? It would never happen. So that's where the politics come into play. Why?
You just got to be dominant.
Well, you can win 12. You could be in the SWAC and go 12-0, and they won't even put you in the top 10.
Well, the thing about it, what you got to do is you got to go out here and
play Arkansas.
Your non-conference schedule got to be loaded.
It got to be loaded.
You know what I'm saying?
It can't be no Alcorn State.
No, that's the same thing that happened. What's the college in Florida? TCU.
Florida.
No, not Florida.
Florida, Central South Florida. Yeah. Florida.
Central Florida.
Central Florida. Yeah.
So those teams don't go with that hardcore
but now they respect
out of conference schedule. You got to go with that out of conference schedule. You got to get in your schedule, and you got to play them big boys.
But Central Florida proved that they can play with the big boys.
When?
They went to the bowl game and won the bowl game. They played with some big Bamas. They be playing with schools like against Bama and all them. So I think Central, that's no black HBCU. That's black college. The athletes you get, you're gonna have to get some of the top. And 9 times out of 10,
the dudes out of Central Florida, some of the top athletes, they just didn't have the grades to make it.
I call them the Florida State, Florida rejects. Because you didn't have the grades. You might have been rawer than the quarterback you had at Florida. The quarterback at Florida Atlantic is probably better than the quarterback at Florida State. But he didn't have the grades, but the quarterback at the Florida State had the grades. He might have had a name for himself. He might have went to a better school. And the boy from Florida Atlantic probably went to a smaller school, so they didn't respect him. It all works in the politics. Because you ever notice, Florida, you never see nobody from the West Coast play at Florida. It's maybe 1%. Miami.
Well, you know, Florida got enough players. They got enough players to get around. And they get them boys from Texas too.
They recruit within they. But
that's what CU about to get a lot of these Cali boys, and we about to be back. We about to be back in the Pac-12, making noise. So don't sleep on the.
Get them LA boys. They better
black and gold.
CU go get them LA boys up out of Bishop Beaumont, up out of San Margarita. Go get to the Bay Area, go to DA, go to Pinole, go to El Cerrito. We breeze them out of there. So we got running backs, some up-and-coming running backs that will be announcing.
And let me give a shout-out to my boy Marcus Houston. He's top 10 running back, highly recruited running back coming out of college out of all time.
Okay.
Straight out of Thomas Jefferson High School. That's what they used to do out there when we used to
breeding them backs.
Hey, breeding them all. They had a whole bunch of players. It wasn't just backs. They had quarterbacks, tight ends. Dan Graham played in the league for years. Man, it was like Division I U coming up out of TJ back in the day. But I just seen that little thing, and he was number 10 on the list. The boy was bad. He was like a man playing amongst boys out there in high school. That's my boy Palika's little brother, man. But shouts out to Marcus Houston, man, number 10 all time. Top high school running backs coming out of high school.
Right.
Out of all. I mean,
man, I wish we could have some highlights to put on here to show them, man. But we was probably before our time when they had internet and technology. You know, you understand me?
Let's move on to the AFC West. We're gonna talk about the AFC West real quick. You got the Broncos, you got the Raiders, you got the Chargers, you got the Chiefs. We all have an idea who we think is gonna win the division.
Let's start off talking about the Chargers.
Okay, the second best quarterback in the division.
Second best quarterback in the division.
They got a new coach.
I think he has a breakout year this year.
He had one last year.
With a new coach. No, but I mean, it was his rookie campaign. And I think he had a hell of a good rookie campaign, Goodnight, for what it was worth and what he had around him, with the athletes he had surrounding him. I just feel that he got another year under his belt now. He's going to be on the page with his receivers. Receiving core is a little suspect. They ain't really got too much over there. But all in all, running game is not the greatest. But, draft picks, we'll see. I got them third in the division this year, the San Diego Chargers.
San Diego, man, they I see them maybe coming second in the division. I got San Diego. I got San Diego, man, doing good things, man. With the loss of Anthony Lynn and bringing in a new coach, the thing about Anthony Lynn when he was coaching, man, they could not win close games, and that was over like a 3-4 year span. Like they would lose these close games. So maybe a new coach can get them over the top, and they can win some of these close games. San Diego's going to be a dangerous team, man. They got one of the best quarterbacks, and when you got a good quarterback, you always got a chance. So San Diego, I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna go to third in the division.
I got San Diego third in the division
All
as
right,
well.
all right. So we go with them Raiders, man.
Now we're gonna go with these old Las Vegas Raiders. A lot of turmoil. Typical Raiders. Gonna always be the typical Raiders. I got them finished fourth in the division. No upgrade to the quarterback position and no upgrade at defense. So I look at them finishing fourth in the division behind the Chargers. And I'm going on a limb with this. But I got them finishing fourth in that division.
I got the Raiders, man, firing John Gruden during the season because they're going to be so lackluster. They might start off good like they usually do.
2-0.
And then they're just going to fall off like they usually do. And John Gruden's going to be blaming everybody, Derek Carr, throwing everybody up under the bus. When it's him, his system, he should have just stayed at Monday Night Football because he was one of the best at doing that. So I'm going to pick him last in the division. And it's not just because I don't like the Raiders. This is just from real football talk.
Now let's go on to these old Kansas City Chiefs.
Kansas City Chiefs.
I got the Kansas City Chiefs, of course. They built their line back up. Last year with that line in the Super Bowl, they were hurt. Now they got a brand new line, quarterback at all-time high, receivers at all-time high, running game at all-time high. Suspect, can't stop nobody on defense. Very suspect, but I think they can get out of this vision with the 11-6 record, being the first in the AFC West.
Oh, I got the Chiefs probably going like 14-3 this year. That's just what the Chiefs do, man. Patrick Mahomes, you got the best weapon in the league right now. Offense is fully intact. You got a fully loaded offensive line, like you said. They had to rebuild them, and that's what stopped them from competing against Tampa Bay. So I got them going 14-3, and maybe going back to the Super Bowl and possibly winning it again. I don't see anybody has caught up with them yet. Not quite yet. That offensive line kind of let them down last year. So I will go with them 14-3, obviously winning the division as we move on to the Denver Broncos.
As we move on to the Denver Broncos, and I went on a limb. I got the Denver Broncos finishing second in the division. They're coming back from injury-prone players on defense. The quarterback, if you embarrass me this year, I might see you and might choke you if I see you downtown Denver. And I'm not threatening you, but I might choke you, though. But you know what I'm saying? But I go with my boy Drew Lock. I'm behind him the whole way, and I'm behind that defense that was hurt last year. So I'm going to go with him as finishing second in the division with a 10-6. With a with a 9 and
7.
9-7. 9-7.
I got us back in double digits. I got one of the best defenses in the league. We got one of the youngest offenses in the league. We're gonna have a quarterback, halfway decent, Teddy Two Gloves. He's gonna be starting the season. He's gonna be doing his thing. Gonna bring these Broncos back to prominence, and we're gonna be doing our thing. So I got us in double digits, man. Got us go 11-6 this year. Mm-hmm. So, man, Broncos are back, man. Von Miller's back with Bradley Chubb. Man, they got a revamped secondary. You got the young Surtain there. Mm-hmm. I just think we back. And defense is we gonna beat the Chiefs this year. I'll tell you that. We tired of that shit. We gonna beat the Chiefs this year.
Denied.
And what scare me is when you don't get them Raider bums no pleasure, they be the ones that shock us. But I'll be there next month. I'll be there in a few days, 30, 40 days, Raider Niner. I'll be there in Frisco in the city, and we gonna be fired up. And we gonna see what y'all about when we play y'all. That's the last preseason of the year. We gonna see when we play them in Frisco on August 29th. Be there or be square, because we be in the house fired up on game point.
I don't know why.
Game point will be in the house, Frisco, California. Battle of the Bay. Well, it ain't the Battle of the Bay no more, but it's Oakland, California versus San Francisco. We're going to put it together. We're going to put it on the
For some
gumbo
reason,
pot.
the Giants is still the second best team in the Bay. I don't know how that happened because they're the only team in the Bay.
No, the Warriors is the team, the best team in the Bay.
I'm talking about football.
Football's the only team. Hey, look, we lost everything. We lost everything. Hey, look, Oakland will have nothing there because it's trash.
Did I hold on? Did I call it? I said y'all was gonna fall off, man. Y'all hit lightning in a bottle, man. You guys did a thing 2 years ago, man. But you guys are a rap. You guys are really not that good.
But I'm gonna say this: why would you want your market in the? And I'm not. I was born and raised. That's my town. That's my city. You know what I mean? I was born and raised in the Bay Area, Oakland, Richmond. I'm that type of person. So I'm not knocking the town. So whoever watching, I ain't knocking the town. But at the same time, why would you want something in the ghetto that nobody can afford to go to versus going to the city across the bridge where all the Silicon Valley and all the money is? We going where the money at. So the Warriors went over across that bridge. The Niners went where the Niners went to Silicon Valley. Well, at least we stick next to the Giants. We right next door to the Giants. But the Niner, they went on to Silicon Valley with old Gates and them, and we ain't did shit ever since. Ever since we left Candlestick Park, I think we've been cursed. But I got a feeling I'm going to wear my Levi's to the game that day with my Niners shirt on because I'm going to be in Levi's Stadium, popping my collar and stacking my dollar.
Y'all just went to Super Bowl a couple years ago, but, you know, it was lightning in a bottle. I mean, let's talk about this new COVID-19 protocol.
Man.
Well, this is big news. You got some couple coaches. Rick Dennison from Minnesota, he got up out of there. There's another coach, he got up out of there. Coaches is leaving. They said they ain't taking the vaccine.
And the thing about it is, what they're saying is, as you guys read it, I got it on the screen. A team can forfeit if an outbreak comes out. And players getting fined. So they're saying unvaccinated players, if their team have an outbreak, their team will forfeit and the players will get fined. Now they playing with my professional hood, my livelihood, my money. That's basically saying, nigga, if you don't take this shot, you can't play, pretty much.
Yeah.
So now I got a big contract I just signed. I got to literally something that I don't believe in, something that I don't want to take. I got to take it in order to play. Now this thing they give me that shot, I die. Whose fault is that? Think about it. Whose fault is that? Who's liable of that? So that's why this ain't gonna work. That's against our that's against our rights. You can't make me take a shot.
So, if a breakout happens, right? The team with the outbreak, will forfeit, be credited with a loss. In addition, both teams will not be paid, and the team responsible for the canceled game due to unvaccinated players will cover financial losses and subject to potential discipline from the commissioner's office.
See?
So they ain't playing that, man.
So if you ain't vaccinated, you won't be playing this year. So how we gonna do fantasy football? But in Pittsburgh, so they all vaccinated. I mean, man, if this vaccine kill these people, boy.
Oh man.
No, for real. The lady told me. I talk to nurses. I talk to politicians every freaking day.
We've already.
And the lady specifically told me, every person, every animal they tested that vaccine on died. And now every day you look at your Facebook, I'm not saying this because of the vaccine, but every day you look at social media, somebody's dying. And I don't know if it's because of the vaccine or because of this or because of that. I mean, life is, as you get older, you lose people. But I'm just saying there's just too many of us dying instantly. Kidney failures, this and that failure. Ain't no telling they went and shot something.
Ain't no telling you, that nigga went and shot something, went and took about 10 shots of motherfucking Jose Cuervo every day of their life for the past 10 years. Yeah, he took a shot of something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What about some of these things that we do to ourselves that creates these untimely deaths? What about the stuff that we put in our body other than that create these untimely deaths? Now we just gonna blame everything on a COVID vaccination? That's what we do now?
But we don't know what they putting in this though.
We don't.
We don't know.
We
And
don't.
as a player, and it is majority are people. You know what I'm saying? It's majority are people that want to take that shot. You know what I'm saying?
That don't want to take
That
the
don't
shot.
want to take it. So they saying 85% of the players had already got it, but
No, they say 85% of your team needs to be vaccinated. To not have those type of sanctions be put on you.
and Pittsburgh Steelers say we already did ours.
This is including like coaches and everything.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, there's a couple coaches that's already out. They sitting out. They like, I ain't taking it. You ain't gonna force me to take it. I'm out.
So
These are white guys.
Do you think there may be some problems ahead in these next couple of weeks with this memo that they just put out?
Oh, it's gonna be some issues. You talking about people not getting paid. You talking about the teams having to pay back TV money if this shit ain't right. So they gonna be trying to.
DeAndre Hopkins pretty much said, "I'm not taking this." Hopkins, when he said it, he was like, "I'm not taking this vaccine," and he said, "Man, my career could be in jeopardy because I don't want to take the vaccine."
Hey.
You know, and you gotta look at people.
I hope
That's like they trying to control us. Like I was upset. I was trying to book a cruise. I couldn't even book the cruise because I got to be vaccinated. So why do I want to put something? You can't make me put something in me. Now I'll take the COVID test. That ain't a problem. But I don't got to be vaccinated. As long as I got something that say no COVID or no nothing, it should be no problem. But they want to make you vaccine. That's like saying, in order to go to work, you got to have a vaccine. That's gonna be hard. If they do that in your job,
there's a lot of jobs that's doing that.
now would you do that?
There's
if
a
your
lot
job
of
requires you to
there's
do
a lot
it.
of jobs that do that. And what am I gonna do? Am I gonna sit around and not be paid and stand my ground?
That's against our rights, though.
Hey, a lot of things against our rights.
Well, we gonna see in the near future, man, on what this gonna happen, how this play out. It's training camp this week. All the players are coming into training camp. By Monday, all the players have been reported to camp. And we gonna see. And we got that Hall of Fame game coming up in 2 weeks.
You got that new variant that's going around. They got that new variant of COVID going around. It's supposed to be worse, more contagious than the first few variants. Shit, we gonna see. I see, and you know what? I'm starting to see more people saying they getting the COVID again.
Well, they closing California. They say they had so many cases in so many days that they about to shut it back down. But in my mind frame is everybody that almost had the COVID by now and just didn't know it. Everybody, I'm pretty sure. You got sick in the last 2 years, sick real bad.
Just call it COVID.
You might as well.
Oh, get out of here.
Let me say, I'm gonna say, hey, no, you know what I mean.
Hey, but that's what everybody's doing. Oh man, I'm a little bit sick, man. I could have swore I had that COVID.
Yeah, COVID.
I could have swore I had that COVID, man. I was sick.
Hey, well look, back before it was said you got COVID, they was like, I don't want to be around you. Now you say I got COVID, oh, hey, nothing to you know. Look at the beginning. You didn't want to have the vid.
Hey.
When I'm wasting the vid, you didn't want to have the vid in the beginning because they was looking at you like you had the cooties. Then everybody get the vid. Oh, he got the vid. That's okay. He's got the vid. You know, where they do that at?
I mean, okay. We got a couple comments. She said that JC Thrift said they forced them to. Man, it's big business. I guess it's not the point. It's a bigger picture. I guess she's calling it extortion, and he's in my Ariana Knight said, man, the COVID's bad out there in Dallas.
In Dallas, yeah, they don't wear no masks. They don't even listen in Dallas. I was in Dallas. They didn't wear no masks.
They do what they want to do out there in Texas.
Bring your own bottle to the club, no mask. I'm in Texas, no mask. I'm like, what kind of? We had our masks on. We looked like we was out of place. When we went to Dallas a couple of months back, we was out of play. We had to move my mama back.
When I went to Dallas, I was one of the only people. I was one of the only people that was wearing my mask, man, and I felt kind of different. But I mean, shit, it is what it is, man. I'm telling you right now, from a person who has had the vid, and like you was saying in the beginning, like shit, if a person coughed. Shit, to be like,
I'm still coughing in front of people.
Person cough, man. You was like. Shit, man, you got that COVID. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but I mean,
it is what I mean. But now it's you're gonna catch it one day. So it's not like knock on wood, but that's like a flu. It's a version of a flu.
A person who's had it, man, you don't want it. All right,
Yeah.
you don't want it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you that.
Yeah.
I mean, and I just wanted to, touch on like something real quick, man, because we always talk about the brothers dying in our communities, right? And we never really touch on the fact that there's a lot of women dying in our communities, man, doing to all kind of things, man, and as far as some of them boyfriends kill them, some of them is addiction, some of it's all kind of things that are happening to our young ladies out here, man. And just want to always say a prayer for the young queens out here, and stay strong and do what you do to stay alive and be right. These kids need you. We need you as black men.
We love you out there. Just know you got good, strong black men that got y'all back out there. Queens, we kings, y'all queens, we all we got. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, women, they work on emotion. And women need support. Our black queens, y'all need support. Y'all been tore down, beat down, never had no help, never had no support. You know, the next man lay up with you, have a kid, and he do you dirty. And now you struggling trying to take care of family by yourself. And my shout out to all the queens out there, single mamas, that's been working hard to take care of their kid and raising their kids right. Because, we don't give the women the credit on that.
We don't give them the credit they deserve sometimes. But sometimes, women, you gotta let us out here. Let us be the man. Let us be the man. Let us handle some things and see and do the things before we get clowned or you want to do it yourself. Let us get a chance to be fathers and be better, be a better man for you, so we can start creating these black families again and start doing these things again. But as far as we all got to watch what we put in our bodies. We got to watch these addictions that we have, whether it be drugs, whether it be alcohol, whether it be pain pills, whether it be all of that. Like, we all got to watch these things, and it's just, and then there's a lot of, I've seen a few women damn near die because, like, they damn worked themselves to death.
Yeah.
Like, all they did was work, man. I had a cousin, like, she just worked, man. Like, shit's crazy.
Yeah.
But like we say, man, shouts out to the women. What do you got anything you want to add to that, man? Because I know you kind of been through that type of thing before.
I'll say this. Just on experience, every woman needs somebody, needs support. Like, I want to use the word support. Whether it be their mom, their best friend, their brother, their sister. These women go through stuff that us men, like I say, us men don't understand.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? They come through a time during the month where they go through, changes in their bodies. So mentally, physically, us men got to be there for them. And it's a lot of broken homes. It's a lot of kids that don't have family and father support. Like, to my perspective, I'm not the greatest dad. You know what I'm saying? I may not treat him, I'll look at it as my oldest one. For instance, like, we got older kids. I may have not been there in the flesh all the time, but I was there financially, spiritually, mentally. And then I had family support to help me take care of mine. Versus, that gave that woman, that's why my kids' mothers respect me, because I was there. Now, you go back to a woman, have a kid, and don't have no man support, and she doing this all by herself, that can mentally break her down.
Yeah, but it's not a shout out to the women that, just do that on purpose. It's not a shout out to that, because some of them see their kids as a cash cow.
Yes.
And so not shout out to them. I've been blessed to have some good kids, mothers, and things like that, and go through issues from time to time. But I gotta respect them and some of the things that they go through. And it'd be hurt if I seen any of them something bad happen to any of them. So I want to see them all go. I just want to see them all live. Outlive me, do their thing. But hey, we need y'all out here. We need y'all out here
Be our backbones.
We need y'all.
You know what I'm saying? We gonna be our backbones out here, man. We gonna put it all together and come together as one and bring these black communities back and these black families back, man. I love y'all Queens, man, here on Game Point, man. Like what you say, man? What you else to do?
We'd like you to like, share, comment, repeat, retweet, and do it all again. And coming soon, we got something big for you, something called Skill on the Grill out here in Colorado from Game Point Sports. We gonna show you how it gets done. So if you think you can cook, start to get that grill hot, piping,
and ready.
You know what I'm saying? But shouts out to all the people that commented. Shouts out to all the people that watched. Shouts out to all the people out here, man, from Game Point Sports. Man, we love y'all at our network, man. We love y'all. And like we say, like, share, comment, repeat, retweet, and do it all again. See ya on Tough Talk Tuesday. We out. No fingerprints.
Yay!